Hello there, welcome back to part 2 of our Mansions of Madness playthrough. Let's see where we are in the house. We had just finished turn 1. Went through our Mythos phase also, so we're on to the second turn of the game. We have met our NPC Eugene. He is the butler in the house, I believe. The fellow who contacted our investigators. He's a little shaken up because there was a big slimy black snake flying monster thingy in this room. Our two investigators managed to put it down. I did go through the previous video just as I was checking it before uploading it, and yes, I did forget that during the setup when we were taking our items, it did also say on the app each investigator also receives 2 clues. I think because I missed it, I think I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna forsake those clues, and our investigators are going to start with a bit of a handicap. No clues for me until I find them in the game, and we'll see how I don't know how impactful losing 4 clues like that is going to be, but we'll find out. I think I want to ransack this room as much as possible and then hurry on out. I don't want to spend too long in here. I know that Yorick here doesn't actually have a weapon yet. We only have one weapon between the party, and that's a machete that Rita is holding. So I think for the first action, Yorick is going to pick up this knife. He now has a crappy weapon, but a weapon nonetheless. And then he's going to move. Is he going to move all the way in? She can move 3, so she could go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just going to move you 1 square. And then we can come back and you can do your bits. I'll move on to Rita. I think Rita will first of all talk to Eugene, see what's going on there. So if we go back over to our app, and we can just click on Eugene here. The old man brushes himself off and tries to calm his shaken composure. You came just in time. Thank you so much for saving me. The name is Eugene. We spoke earlier today. I have heard noises from the yard, but the door is locked. I think something bad is going to happen. And we have 2 options, well, 3 options, one of them being ignore him. I don't think we're going to ignore him, so we're going to spend an action by replying with one of these. Should we talk to him about Mr. Vanderbilt? Or I think we should ask him how he's doing. The butler puts on a weak smile, and the 2 of you chat for a minute. By the end of the conversation, he seems much calmer. Please, take this with you. It has always brought me luck. We gain a lucky rabbit's foot common item. And then each investigator in the dining room and kitchen discards a horror. I don't think either of us have a horror. No, we do not. We are untouched as such. But we do have a lucky item. A lucky rabbit's foot, rather. Item. So that's Rita who has this. What is the lucky rabbit's foot? Once per round, you can re-roll a die. Ah, excellent. What I'm going to do, so that is Rita's yellow. I'm just going to grab this token over here. This token is 2-sided. It's yellow on one side, black on the other. I'm going to use this just to keep track of this once per turn ability. So once I use it, I'm just going to flip this, and then hopefully I'll be able to keep track of that recurring ability a little bit better. So that was Rita's first action. Should I talk to him again? So we can click and just see what the app says. Eugene calmly tells you what happened before you arrived. Several robed figures entered the mansion through the side door and took Mr. Vanderbilt to the yard. Soon after they arrived, I could hear them chanting. And then we can ask him where the yard is, but it would cost an action. I'm not going to ask him, we're just going to ransack the house, essentially. We'll find it ourselves. I am going to just see what this is. A china cabinet has been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks. Sure, let's search. The cabinet holds candles, wooden statuettes, stones, beads, and other random objects. You try to discern what they could be for. We have to make a law check, and I know that law is not one of our strong suits. Three. Okay. Let's roll this. There's something. Oh dear. My graphics card is. Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, whatever. So that's one success. We could use our rabbit's foot, which we may as well do, and just re-roll one of these. Ah, there we go. 2 successes. So over to the app. We have 2. As you dig through the objects, you begin to form a hunch that makes you uneasy. You have heard of objects such as these found at the site of occult rituals. They could prove useful to your investigation. We gain the circumstantial evidence unique item and 1 clue, and then we discard this search token. So we have a clue. Excellent. So we can get rid of this, and we gain the, what was it, a unique item, I think? Circumstantial. That is an annoying little graphical error. And this doesn't actually do anything. This is, I think you can, there are effects later on in the game where you can spend evidence as a resource for something perhaps. In any case, both our investigators have taken 2 actions. It is time for the mythos phase. We're going to end the investigator phase and see what happens. Oh, fantastic. The wind howls and a shiver runs down your spine. A storm is brewing, but there's no immediate effect. Back to the investigator phase. We shall move with Rita. 1, 2, 3. And she will search this token here. Someone has locked this cabinet by wrapping a chain around the handles. We're going to search it. The chain is sturdy, but the cabinet doors are made of thin wood. You think you could break one of the doors off with a strength check. We roll 2 additional dice if we have the crowbar, common item, which we do not, but Rita does have a really good strength. Strength of 5. Let's refresh our reroll also. So, 5 dice. What do we have here? So that's 2 successes, and that looks like... So we could spend a clue on one of these. I think 3 might be a good item. I'm going to re-roll this. This was a fail. This was a blank dice. I'm going to re-roll this using my Lucky Rabbit's Foot and just see if we can get the success here, which we do not. So, do we spend the clue that I never actually took? Do we spend this clue and bump our result up to 3? I think we do. So this would be a 3 successes. Let's go over to the app. 1, 2, 3. The flimsy wood cracks as you pull the cabinet door off its hinges. We gain the Elder Ward common item. Then we discard this search token. Okay. Let's go see what this Elder Ward is all about. We said it was a common item. Elder Ward. Equipment. We can roll 1 additional die while a monster is attacking us. While a monster is attacking us. Okay. So if we're ever being attacked and we're asked to make a roll, we get to roll 1 extra dice. That seems that could come in very handy. Okay, over to Yorick. Yorick will first of all search this. The refrigerator has been left cracked open, leaking a pool of water onto the floor. You pull open the heavy refrigerator door and reach in to rifle through the haphazardly stacked food. You suddenly find yourself staring into the void between worlds. Oh dear. The infinite wisdom of the lurker at the threshold fills your mind. We suffer 1 face-down horror and gain 2 clues. Then we discard this search token. I will take that. That is no problem whatsoever. 1 face-down horror for 2 clues. All day, sir. All day. No problem. So we delete this. We gain a face-down horror. And 2 clues. Okay. And then he has 1 action left, which I will use to move 2 spaces over here. And then we're back to the Mythos phase. Rita Young runs frantically from some unseen evil, only to lose her footing. Make an agility check with a difficulty of 2. Rita's agility is 4. Did I spent this, didn't I? I forgot to flip the thing, but I have spent that. That is success there and a success there. So we've passed the difficulty 2 check. If she passes, she stumbles but catches herself before falling. If she fails, she's going to take damage. So we did pass. Excellent. Okay then. So we'll go with Rita first, because there's not much that we can do here. We'll do a move. 1. In fact, no, I'm going to go back. We're going to do Yorick first. Yorick is going to move twice. 1, 2, and he's going to investigate this door here. Let's go over to the app again. So for his second action, he's going to investigate this door. The door leads to a large front room of the mansion. Let's explore. You swing the door open into the warmly lit lounge. Large plush chairs and sofas decorate the lavish sitting room, and a small bar stocked with bootleg liquor is tucked into the corner next to the east door. We place our lounge tile as indicated and get rid of that red token. So, lounge. And it goes like this. We can get rid of this red token. So you're looking through this door right now. Okay. Behind the bar, a large chest catches your eye. Place a search token. Where's that? It's over here, behind the bar. A large wooden table stands against the wall beneath a portrait of a stern-looking man. We have another token over here. A small wooden desk stacked with books and other items stands against one wall. Among the items you spot something useful. Place the Elder Sign pendant common item as indicated. Elder Sign pendant. What does this do? Roll 1 additional die while evading a monster. Okay. That's less useful. Oh, I was going to just give it to him. That's not how we do this. So the Elder Sign was here, wasn't it? It was in this space. A door on the other side of the room leads to the back hall. Place an explore token as indicated. We have that loading thing happening again. Wonderful. You may move one space into the explored area, which I will do. So I'm going to move in. So that is Yorick's turn. He moved and then explored the token. Rita, what are you going to do? You're first of all going to move, obviously. 1, 2, 3, and then I guess you're going to move again. Now, do I go 1, 2? Should I ignore these? I'm tempted to ignore these. She's going to move here. And we're going to check out this site. So this doesn't take an action to do, we just have to be in this space. The hall continues deeper into the mansion. An investigator in the hall corner 3 may reveal the adjacent area. I'm going to reveal it. Ah, I see. The hall continues from the bathroom hall toward the side of the mansion. Place the hall end tile as indicated and discard tokens. Sure thing. So what is it? It's hall end. And it is flipped this way. We can get rid of you. Okay. And then we don't need this one either now. Is I think how that works. And that is all of our... Oh no, it may give us more information. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. Two doors lead to other rooms of the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated. It says 2 doors. Oh yes. One here and one here. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the door should the need arise. So we have a barricade over there. The barricade is in this corner. And that is it. Right then, Mythos phase once more. Your hand begins to burn. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the most items. That would be items, not spells. So you're an item, you're an item, you're an item. So you have 5 and you have 3. So it's going to affect Rita. We have this, I believe, still. This turn. So this is going to be for Rita. The object in your hand glows with heat and you instinctively drop it. You nurse your hand, which is now scarred by an agonizing burn, suffer face-down damage, and drop 1 random item. I'm going to take this d6 over here, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we roll a 6, then we can reroll. So, item number 2. So we're going to drop our whiskey. And we take, what was it, 1 face-down damage, I believe? Okay. Back to the investigator phase. I don't think I'm going to waste an action picking up this whiskey. If it comes to a point where I have serious horror problems, then maybe I'll run back and grab it. I don't know whether to waste time going in the bathroom. I'm going to flick around in the app and just see what these are saying. So we have Yorick is here right now in the app. Was this a chest is tucked behind the bar. That sounds tempting. And then this was a portrait, I think. The table is covered in random clutter. The table's drawer is left ajar, filled with various documents. They both sound very appealing, I must say. Sure, let's clear this room. So Yorick will investigate. If it's a chest and we need to... If it's a chest, I'm guessing it might be one of the puzzles, a combination lock or something. Which is usually, I think, observation. They both have observation. No, Rita's observation is 3, Yorick's observation is 4. I hope it's an observation. I'm kind of guessing here, and I'm basing it off a previous run that I did, and I get the feeling the game might mix things up a little bit, but whatevs. We'll have Yorick investigate this as his first action. Nope, it is exactly that. You move to open the chest, but find it locked with a heavy padlock. The device is sturdy, but you believe you could pick the lock. Tap to attempt the puzzle using your observation. So Yorick, we just saw, has an observation of 4. So we get to we get to slide these blocks 4 times. So this is where I'm going to go very quiet, and the video will get quite boring as we all just stare at these shapes and try and figure out how we can get this piece over here in 4 moves. 1, 2. That's easy, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was 5. Shit. That was 5. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it does count the bollocks. Okay, what I will say then is that he used both of his actions this turn to do that. So he doesn't have a second action left. You hear an audible click, and the padlock pops open. Inside the chest, you find a grotesque statuette of an octopoid dragon and something else that might be of use, implying that the octopoid dragon is useless. Gain the medical textbook common item, the grotesque stone unique item, and 1 clue, then discard the search token. Cool. That seems useful, so we'll discard this. We get another clue for old Yoricky Pops. And then it was a grotesque statuette unique item, I think. Search grotesque. Are these all... I don't know. I don't know if these are items that you have with information on the back. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't say flip it. No. So there are just 5 of these in the deck. So Yorick is holding this, and this is again classed as evidence. And then what was the medical textbook common item? Equipment. As an action, you or another investigator within range may discard 1 face down damage. Okay. So, that is Yorick's turn. Let's finish with Rita. I think Yorick can handle the rest of this room, and then Rita will try and maybe bang out this area. Let's open up the bathroom. Wooden plaque marked WC adorns the door to the hall bathroom. Let's go check out the water closet. Through the door, you find a small bathroom lined with white tile. Discard this explore token. Phew, I thought it was going to just say, and that's it. Between the porcelain toilet and sink, a small wooden cabinet sits against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. You may move one space into the explored area, which I will do. So that was her first action, to explore this door. Second action will be to just check out whatever this is. A wooden cabinet sits against the bathroom wall. You try the drawer, but warped wood has left it stuck shut. Make a strength check. That is Rita's specialty. Let's pile up these 5 dice and make a roll. We have 3 successes, and let's... I think 3 is going to be enough to bust it open. Let's save the Lucky Rabbit's foot in case something terrible happens in the Mythos, and we'll just take the 3. With a powerful tug, you open the drawer. Inside, you find an item that looks like it has been sitting there for quite some time. Gain the magnifying glass common item, then discard this search token. A magnifying glass, Is this going to be like roll an extra dice for observation checks or something? Roll an additional die while resolving an observation test. It certainly is. Okay, I'll have to try and remember that I have that. But that at least, if she does have to use her slightly crappy observation check of 3, we can remember that we have that. Okay, that is her 2 actions. We will take our oops, we have to finish this. Take our Mythos phase. William Yorick squints against even the weakest light, and the pain in his head throbs in time with his heartbeat. We have to make a difficulty 1 strength check. Yorick is strength 4. That is 2 successes, so we pass. If he passes, the headache is just a distraction to work through. If he fails, blah 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 blah, but we did not fail. Oh, stuff's happening. A robed figure appears from a secret door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here!" You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. Spawn a cultist as indicated. So that is in the bottom right corner of this room that Yorick himself is in. We need a cultist. That should be stuck now. Yes, excellent. Okay. Gonna be a knife fight. The cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the adjacent investigator who has suffered the most horror. So, it can't reach Rita, so it's going to move 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. Adjacent isn't in the same space, so for example, I think how this would work is the cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. If Rita up here wasn't in the bathroom, if she was here, the cultist would actually go 1, 2, and move here. And then it would be adjacent to both of these. However, it can't get adjacency to Rita, so it's just going to stay where it is. It's going to stay adjacent to this one. Monster will attack. The cultist's hood slips back, revealing the face of an old friend. With a gesture, your friend invites you to follow. We have to make a willpower check, difficulty 2, for Yorick. He has a willpower of 4. That's not great. So we have one success, but we don't have any investigation results that we could use clues to convert into successes. So, should we use our Holy Cross? I mean, we should use our Holy Cross, because I just realised it's not disposable. We're supposed to use it for every single one of those, so we will roll another dice. The way these dice are set up, by the way, is it's 3 successes. It's an 8-sided dice. 3 successes, 3 fails, and 2 of the clue tokens. So if you have clues on your possession, it's slightly more than 50% chance that you'll... It's 5 out of 8, so it's slightly better than 50% that you'll get a success. If you don't have clues, it's slightly less than a 50% that you can get your success. Ah, crap. So we failed. Okay. If you pass, you shake off the hallucination. We did not pass. If you fail, you cannot help but obey. Move 1 space toward the cultist, then become dazed and restrained. Well, bums. Come give me a hug. Oh, my friend. Man. So, dazed and restrained. So they're going to be in the condition pile. Dazed. And restrained. Just throw these on his card so we don't forget that they're there. So, restrained, you cannot move voluntarily. At the end of your turn, discard this card. So, Yorick's next turn, he's not going to be able to use any movement points. You cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. At the end of your turn, discard this card. So the only thing that Yorick can actually do next turn is investigate. And there's nothing to investigate. So I guess he's just going to pick up this Elder Sign. He could fight. Of course, that's what he's going to do. He's going to fight and then maybe pick that up. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. So Yorick will have to make a horror check against the cultist. So we hit the cultist down here. He's in the monster draw. The cultist steps from the shadows, revealing dark sockets where eyes should be. A grey worm emerges from one and slithers back into the other. So for 2 face-down horror, but we can make a willpower +1 check. So we have our Holy Cross, so we always roll an extra dice. Willpower is 4, so we get +1 for this, and +1 for the check is going to allow us, so we have 6 dice. Let's just copy that. And this is to negate 2 points of face-down horror. We have 2 successes, so that's going to negate both of the face-down horror damage. And that is that. So, it is back to the investigator phase now, I believe, when I hit this button. Yes. Okay, I'm going to put a cut in here, restart the game, try and get rid of this awful... I think this is my graphics card dying, to be perfectly honest, but oh well, it is what it is. And again, with this loading thing, I think there's one of the cards or something. It's not pulling from the image upload site cleanly. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you will rejoin me for part 3. See you soon. Bye bye.